Good morning, DIALED fans, and welcome back to Mont-Saint-Anne for day 3 of World Champs. As you can see, the rain is falling, which should make things interesting for downhill practice and qualifying later today. We've also got the U23 Men's Cross Country Race Finals going down today, so let's go check it out. What's going on this morning, Jordan?
Rain, sun, rain, rain. Now we're just waiting around a bit for qualifying, even though it's not quite qualifying. It's World Champ. It's been quiet actually, which is kind of nice, except that it's quiet because it's raining, so that's not so nice. And it looks like it's gonna keep raining. As long as it's raining, this track's actually really good. It's when it stops raining, like those in-between times, that it gets a little sketchy. I think most of them will probably be a little bit conservative since it doesn't matter so much, and there's an extra day of practice, so you got to make it through this. If they knew it was going to rain for the race, then maybe they'd pin it and see what it's going to be like, but it's probably going to clear up and get dry, so not much point.
Today was a bit moist and slippery, but at the end, like, it just slowed down a little bit and it was pretty fun. Like, there's no like really expectation today, it's just like seating or whatever, so it was cool. Like, actually it was cool, like no pressure, riding as you want, and ended up second, so it's pretty good. And looking forward to Sunday now because it's the big race Sunday.
Awesome. How's the shock feeling?
Yeah, I actually really like the shock. I feel like it's a really good improvement and it's all I asked for, so I can't complain right now. I'm really happy.
Feeling amazing, like butter, like a hot knife through butter.
All right. How's the bike running so far?
It's like the hot knife through the butter.
All right.
Okay, what do you want? What do you want? So the track was pretty rutted, muddy, a little bit unpredictable. I was feeling good, not very confident, and it was just a weird day. I think like they predicted a bit of rain, but nothing like today. And then in true fashion, it's now stopped. So hopefully that was the rest of the rain for the weekend. But it was a nice way to just gauge how we're doing with bike. Like Jordy knows what he's doing when he keeps dialing in the suspension. But I think if it wasn't for Schmitty giving Jordy some advice, he wouldn't be in this good place where we're at right now.
All right, Jordy, what's your Mont-Saint-Anne suspension pro tip?
So, yeah, that's tricky. There isn't really like a pro tip. Like, you don't show up to a track and just make changes. That's kind of the whole point of our video series and like getting you to understand bike setups. People hit me up online like, I want to set my bike up. How do you do it? Or what should I be running? And I can't really answer that. It's so personal and specific, and it can change as you change feeling or you get more or less confident or injuries or whatever. So really we want you to ride and then we start working from there. Given that Mont-Saint-Anne is a little bit flatter, it's really fast and some square edge hits. So it's just all about finding the balance. If it's steeper, sometimes the front end is firmer. If it's flatter, sometimes the balance is more equal. There's no easy answer to how do I set my bike up or like a pro tip for I'm going here, what do I do? You just got to work through the process.
So yeah, we just had qualifying. The bike's riding really well. I have the new shock on the bike, which it's been a dream. It's been so easy to get used to. I mean, we changed a few things yesterday. I don't exactly know what Jordy did. He just changed a few clickers here and there because I felt like I was getting caught up on the rocks a little bit. So he's changed it, and yeah, it's riding really good and just makes it so smooth and so compliant, and it's riding really well. The track today was a lot different to yesterday because yesterday we were bone dry, and then today it rained for just as we were going up to practice, so it was all a little bit unexpected. I wasn't really too prepared for it. I didn't have waterproof on or anything like that, so I got pretty wet and cold, but and then it just carried on raining all day, and it was a bit more sloppy then, and we had to really work for it. Like this morning and yesterday, the sections in between the main sections you could just roll through and still carry your speed, whereas today it's a lot more, in qualifying, seeding, whatever you call it, was a lot more gloopy and a lot more thick, so you had to really work for it.
So what's the game plan going into finals?
Go faster again. We need to see what happens with the conditions and how the track changes. I'll maybe go up there tomorrow and have a ride down the side and have a look at it. I'd usually walk it, but it's quite a big walk, so I'm going to give it a miss this time.
Thanks, Danny.
Wicked.
Mont-Sainte-Anne suspension pro tip is going to be the riders need to figure out how to tune for the whole track rather than just for one section. Got guys coming in and they're saying that they're bottoming out in just one section and then they want to stiffen everything up, but they have to realize that they have to ride the entire track, so they need to be a game of averages and just focus on being smooth and efficient through the whole way and make sure that the suspension is cooperating the same way, not just focusing on one little rock drop or one little jump. So yeah, just a game of averages out there for the guys. Keep their heads level and yeah.
My bike pushed me in the front, everywhere. In the jump, the rocks, he pushed me in the front and rat-tat-tat, like yesterday.
Okay. You
But
both have the same wrong problem at opposite
Ça
sides.
te faisait quoi, toi? Ah ouais. But also in the rock section, my front wheel hurt a lot of rocks and ta-ta-ta-ta.
It's so slow.
Yeah, but it's really at the top of the, when it just at this moment.
That's where you
at
feel
the
like
end
it,
of the, yeah.
not when it's like
No,
deep in.
no.
Only the.
Yeah.
Okay.
End of
So
the,
you only feel it's like the very top. It's not like smash
No,
and
yeah.
bounce. It's just
Yeah.
a little bit.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. So I slowed down that like the top one,
Okay.
but I sped up deep rebound
Yeah.
a little bit, so it should be better balance.
Okay. Yeah.
So down here it's a little bit faster,
Yeah.
but up here it's a little bit slower.
Yeah.
We try it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
See you.
Oh, it's not easy because we have never ride into the rain on this track, but it's really funny and really cool. I like it.
Awesome. And how'd your qualifier go?
I finished third. It's
Nice.
not too bad. I have a safe run and it's good for the race.
Great. Thanks, Marine.
Thank you.
Bye.
Tahnee says the fork's coming back too fast and pushing her onto the back wheel. And Marine was saying the opposite, that the shock's coming back a little bit fast and pushing her onto the front. So we just kind of did a little bit of rebound movement, and we'll see how the balance works out.
The first tip for Mont-Saint-Anne is bring your rain jacket and waterproof shoes. I didn't this year, but yeah. And from the technical side, suspension tip, it's not really a big change to all the other events. But I only say longer is better for here. That's it.
Longer is better?
Like Minar's bike. Long, straightaway, highway, full gas. Longer is better.
It's pretty well, probably not grippier, but more predictable than yesterday. It was a bit slicker in the woods yesterday because the mud was washed on the rocks. The rain's kind of like washed it all off. So it's better to ride, but it's hard to do a full run because there's nowhere to pull your rolls anyway, and rain just gets all over your goggles. But it's chopping out pretty nice, so it dries out in the next couple of days. It's going to be so rough for racing.
I'm Peter Shank from Squamish, BC. Been coming here for 5 years now. I usually start with my sag settings, and then we'll go on to rebound, and then we'll start with the compression settings. For the wetter, rougher conditions, we're speeding up the high speed rebound, and then also a little bit of the low speed rebound. Give a shout out to my kids, Robin and Heidi.
Pro tip would be a good communication rapport with the rider tuner. The better the athlete rider can communicate the symptoms of what's going on with their suspension, the better we are to analyze and look and make adjustments according to what they're giving us as feedback.
All right, that's a wrap for Day 3 World Champs here in Mont-Sainte-Anne. We had on and off rain all day, making for some exciting racing. In the downhill qualifying / seeding, we had Fox riders in the top 3 spots, with Danny Hart in first, Loris Vergier in second, and Brook Macdonald in third. In the U23 men's cross-country race, we had Vlad Dascalu in first, Felipe Colombo in second, and Martin Vidaurre in fourth. And now it's time for a beer, and we'll see you tomorrow for cross-country finals.